The man was described as a waste. The whole family can't afford him. Unintentionally offended the third prince. Only the elderly mother knelt down to beg for his mercy. That's how he survived. But all his meridians were destroyed by the third prince. His father threw him into the forbidden area of Hohai Ghost. There are powerful monsters everywhere. He cried and begged his fiancée to save him. The fiancée slapped her back. Do you want to be called waste all your life? Then he put his hand on his chest and said, "This is your chance. Come back alive from Hohai Ghostland. Take off the waste hat. I will wait for you for 3 years. 3 years later, the day you come back, it is time for us to get married." But when he just left, but the fiancé is going to marry the third prince who beat him, but he didn't know. Now the 3-year period has come. In Hohai Ghost Moth, a man with a frightened face is running away. The monster in the back opens its mouth, swooped forward, ready for dinner. Just then, a purple tornado suddenly appeared. The monster was immediately frightened. Then a huge purple claw flew out. One blow knocked the monster down. A young man said with one hand using his magic, "It's almost unbearable. The sound of the spirit of the monster is gone." The man was shocked. "I saw a young man standing in front of him wrapped in purple." The young man said disdainfully, 3 levels of chi cultivation. This is not where you should come." The man threw his fist at the boy and said, "Thank you for your help. I dare to ask your name, where I can be used in the future. I must be duty bound." The teenager turned and left. Just 2 words left. Luotian. But when men hear the name, they think of something. Surname Luo. The man's face suddenly changed. It was the child of the Luo family. Only 2 levels of chi cultivation. It's not small. That move must be based on the magic weapon in hand. Just hold the fearless. The man suddenly smiled maliciously. Accidents are everywhere in this sea ghost moth. Just kill him. The magic weapon is mine. The man took out a silver needle with poison. Then he threw the silver needle with poison at the back of the young man. Luo Tian suddenly smiled at the corners of his mouth. The silver needle is coming soon. Va Luotian's spiritual strength suddenly rose. A loud noise. AI, it's beyond our measure. Then a purple attack was launched. After a scream, the man's head gradually dissipated. Hiss. The man's body collapsed weakly. The purple gas around Luotian slowly dissipates. The 3rd level of chi cultivation is seen by my 2 levels of rhetoric. And talk to me with a smile. There must be a motive. It's a pity to meet me. Luo Tian suddenly turned his head and said, "Stinky old man. I'm ready to see when the excitement is coming." A spontaneous old man stood in the distance and said, "Tramp, young, you have a good temper, although you are practicing the 2nd level of chi. However, due to the cultivation of the immortal wasted soul mantra, the combat effectiveness has long been comparable to the 7th level of chi cultivation. Bully the small with the big. You are so proud." Then he threw a package at Luo Tian. Luo Tian looks puzzled. The old man waved his hand and said, "Go go. Your mother asked you to go home. Get back to your king city." Luo Tian said impatiently, I see. I can't wait to leave this damn place early." The old man was angry when he heard this. A flash directly kicked him in the ass. "Shit, you ungrateful Mo." The old man looked at the distant Luo Tian. There was a smile on his face. Luo Tian has a good understanding. From a dude to today's 7-layer state of chi, both physical and mental are far superior to ordinary people. I'm afraid he will set off a bloody storm. Luo Tian meets an expert in the forbidden area door, Hagi Moth. Cultivated peerless magic skill. 3 years later, Luo Tian's magic skill cultivation is completed. Farewell to my master. Left the forbidden area. Back to the city. Luo Tian is full of confidence. The person who bullied me and regretted humiliating me, I will pay back 100 times 1,000 times. Luo Tian went to the restaurant the first time he came back. In order to make outsiders think that he is still the garbage 3 years ago, Luo Tian embraces 2 beautiful women, and said to the girls around, "I will pay for all the expenses tonight." The voice has just dropped. Suddenly a familiar voice came. "Who should I be?" The tone and heart of the Gongda. Luo Tian's face suddenly changed. It turned out to be the waste son of the Luo family. "General Luo is very good to your son. You have practiced the 2nd level of chi. Probably wasted a lot of treasure. Unfortunately, waste is waste. Mud can't support the wall." Luo Tian said disdainfully, 3 years ago, your son was practicing the cultivation of 3 levels of chi. Why haven't you made any progress in 3 years? Why are you so angry?" The man flew into a rage when he heard this. Roared at Luo Tian. 3 years ago, if your mother didn't kneel down and beg for mercy from the 3rd prince, you have already gone to see the king of the pavilion. Now, even if I have only 3 levels of cultivation in chi refining, I can kill you easily. How dare you challenge me? Hear this. Luo Qian's face changed greatly. There was a murderous look in his eyes. Recall the way I was beaten to the ground by the third prince. My mother knelt on the ground, crying and pleading with the third prince. But the third prince sat high on the chair and said, "The people in love have a mother's heart. I can spare Luo Qian, but the death penalty can avoid the life penalty." The third prince slowly stretched out his fingers to gather strength. Directly destroy all Luo Qian's meridians. Luo Qian was beaten to the ground. He still keeps emitting white smoke. The third prince walked past him and said, "Mrs. Law, it's better to hide this useless man, to avoid disgrace." Watch the third prince go away. I have to gnash my teeth in Luoyang. Red eyes. He hated the man who humiliated him. Swear to be the best. Luo Qian's fist hit the table heavily. At this time, the man said with a sneer, "I'm afraid. Now kneel down and beg for mercy. I'll let you go." Luo Qian relieved his mood, slowly released his fist, turn around and say with a smile, "I'm afraid your strength is as bad as your bedtime skills." People around laughed when they heard it. The man suddenly became angry and defeated. He directly shook his fist and waved to Luo Qian. "Shit, you waste. I'm not the third prince. I will abolish you today." A broken sound. Luo Qian took his fist easily, said with disdain, "You are not the third prince. It's a new product." The man was shocked. "How did you catch my fist?" Luo Qian raised his mouth slightly. A gentle push of both hands. "I almost burst his fist." A man screamed. It took all his strength to break free from Luo Qian. Then the man knelt on the ground with his arm covered and trembled. Luo Qian sneered, "You didn't eat Mr. Yuan. H fists are smaller than girls' strength." The man was furious when he heard this. Hurry to turn around and call, "What are you guys doing standing here? Go up and report for me." The guards pulled out machetes. He also shouted to report you to the young master, then quickly rushed to Luotian. Luo Qian said lightly, "It's beyond our measure." Then the purple smell appeared on the soles of feet. Ui suddenly, Luo Qian's spiritual strength soared. All the guards of the Ui were immediately knocked out. Luo Qian went to the man and pulled up his clothes, showed a fierce expression. The man turned black with fright. Hurry to say, "You Luoji are garbage. My brother Yuan Changkong is one of the top 10 talents in Yanshan, an expert who practices the 9th level of Qi. If you dare to touch me, he won't let you go, and the third prince will never let you go." Hear the third prince. Luo Qian immediately looked at him with a black face. "You're right. I have to put you back to complain." After one's words, Luo Qian broke the bone of his arm. Then he left with 2 beautiful women in his arms. The show has just begun. The third prince and the Yuan family. You bullied me and humiliated me before. I will definitely report this. Excellent. Then Luo Qian returned home. Cultivated in his own room. The purple smell fills the whole room. Cultivate Penguju. Need to give up using Danshan to store spiritual power. Use spiritual power to refine each acupoint. This law in the whole country of Yanshan. Even in the Tibetan Dragonland, all the martial arts are different. The whole body will work continuously. The strength will be more than 100 times that of other skills. Of course, the pain of refining acupoints is not what ordinary people can bear. Then Luo Qian put away the skill. The blood on his face slowly disappeared. Thanks to the change of this treasure, thanks to this stone. There are many, otherwise I won't succeed in cultivation so soon. A hole was found in the forbidden area that year. Don't even dare to get near here. Suddenly a stone flew into his own body. The origin of this stone, even my master doesn't know. In the future, we must go to Hohai Ghostland to find out. At this time, the other side. The third prince was furious. It's said that Buffon and the garbage of Luo's family are in conflict again. This is the extraordinary elder brother Yuan Changkong, one of the top 10 talents in Yanshan. Yuan Changkong said, "Let's have a good cut with Luo Qian." What happened here? I can't promise. I'll leave it to you. Yuan Changkong said confidently, "I will not let your highness down." Then Yuan Changkong returned home. "See my brother in a wheelchair. Go straight to it. You trash. You can't even beat the 2nd floor of Qi training." There is still face in front of the third prince. Then he said with a sinister smile, "I will take the whole general's office, including his father Luo Kun. In order to improve cultivation, Luo Qian, start closed-door cultivation at home." After half a month, Luotian cultivation completed. After leaving the customs, I went to visit my sister Luo Yanran. Luo Yanran saw his brother coming. "I'm sorry. Recently, I can't see anyone. It's all my pure spiritual constitution. It has dragged down my brother and the general's office." 0ZH Luo Tianqian held his sister and said,